Hello and welcome to Magical Marker, a game of Dungeons and Dragons and drawings, and perhaps some stretching tips for artists. We're a bunch of cartoonists and illustrators who won't just be playing the game but doodling what happens along the way. It's a PG-13 story of teens and tweens on their first big adventure on their own. So we're going to start by introducing our cast, and we'll begin with Priscilla today.
Hello, my name is Priscilla. I play Isburiel, who is the 17-year-old half-elf bard who is a bit of a coddled rich young brat.
And Boya.
Hello, I'm Boya. I play Bug. He is a 12-year-old bugbear warlock, and he has a little box named Boxy. Well, actually, a cat who transformed into a cat a few sessions ago.
And Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I play Zip. She's a drow fighter and she's 16 years old.
And Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I play Swell, who's a 15-year-old Waterganassi cleric who worships the Tempest god Sunda, who is an alien. Is not an alien. It's yet to be determined. We'll figure it out.
Like how every time you talk about Sundar now, it comes with an asterisk.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Does he worship Sunda? I don't know.
Is he good?
He's still granting you power, so...
That's all that matters.
And we have a guest this week, Joe Casanova. Do you want to tell us about who you'll be playing?
I am Joe Casanova, and I will be playing this fox named Asaam. You found out that he's a druid, but you know nothing really more than that he messed up, and he's permanently a fox right now until you help him. So that's my character. All
right. And I'm your Dungeon Mancer, Brian, and I'm going to be playing all the NPCs, like Mog, who is Zip's 18-year-old Rune Knight Orc sister. You youngsters have traveled to the icy Tririme looking for the final resting place of Lamprus Living Steel in order to steal his amazing suit of armor. You slew a creepy ceiling crawler who dropped a ring that Swell has put on and unknowingly become cursed by. You then arrived in Kaboom Town where you got cold winter clothes. Or I guess warm winter clothes. On your way to the town center, you met a large fox who, through mime and bug speak with animals power, let you know that they were a druid who is stuck in animal form and would like your help getting unstuck. There are 3 ingredients you need, and you've acquired the first 2, a flower that grows in the ashes of the cremated, and color-changing gemstones. With your stolen grave flames and wholesale skyladrite, only the fairy berries are left to acquire to help Asaam reform into his humanoid form. You are in town debating about where to go next.
Where do we say the fairy berries are? Or could we get it from a marketplace?
So fairy berries are rare because they are created when pixie dust is in the soil of blueberries. They tend to grow up high in one of the hills, and it's a little bit dangerous to go and get them. So usually the only people in town who have them because they're, planning a fancy dinner. So maybe, they're having some trade delegates come in, and so they get some fairy berries. Or maybe somebody's having a wedding, and so they'll get some fairy berries. But it's not a regular thing to have in town. So you can either try and go get some yourself, or you can start asking people around town if they've got a big celebration coming, or I don't know what you want to do. I will drop in a picture again of the city so you guys can see.
Sorry, I keep deleting it when I'm setting up. I should leave it in.
That's all
Today's
right.
episode inspired by Wedding Crashers.
Well, we'll see what you guys do. Could be
Yeah,
wedding
I mean,
crash.
let's ask around the town first. It sounds like it will be really hard to just go out and find them.
So we think they're in the forest?
If you go up the hills, they're sort of at the top of somebody else's territory. And if you go into that territory, you may have to deal with them because they don't like people coming and taking them.
Ooh. I mean, if we're quiet.
Yeah. If you could do it sneakily, maybe.
So I'm going to tell Boya that the people that live there that protect these fairy berries, they can become calm trees if they want to. So they could potentially be trees, and we won't know. And so,
Wait. As like a disguise, like they can watch us as trees.
mhm. uh, we've been around for a while, and I would know that the people that are in that area are a tribe, and they defend the space, and they're humanoid like tree people, and they can look like still trees. So they don't seek violence, but they'll defend their territory. So
I see. I mean,
maybe-
if you go there as a fox, they
Yeah.
will attack you.
maybe not, because chances are if it's humans, they will, but if it's an animal, I don't think they'll feel too threatened by it.
Okay, can we all go as animals?
Can you guys turn into animals?
No, we can't.
Oh.
Wait, can we? Can I?
Why would I want to become something with fur?
I mean,
Feel
it's.
stinky and have to wash myself.
Are you guys
Yeah, but
thinking?
you
of-
wear fur all the time, so like it's just kind of cutting out the middleman.
Yes, but at least that's someone else's fur. It's not mine.
I guess your hair is pretty gross, so I could imagine that fur on you would also be pretty gross.
Well, wait. You can. Isboreal, you can cast illusions, right? Can you make us look like we're a bunch of animals, or no?
Just on myself.
Oh, just on yourself.
Am I reading this right? They're called werepines? Like
Yeah.
werewolves? Okay,
Yes.
there you go. They're
Okay.
werepines, guys. They they transform into pine trees.
Mm.
That's
So
wild.
But if we go and gather some berries and I tell some jokes and we see if any trees laugh, and if they don't, then we know that they're just trees.
I don't know if that's what we're gonna find out from that. We might just find out
are you
that you're
really
funny.
are you confident in your material that you feel like it's gonna make trees laugh? Because
Also, I was
Well, and then what? And then what?
find out on the
Like,
scales all the time.
So
Okay.
then, if
He's
they're
the
not
Roastmaster
trees,
champion.
I hope your performance is good, because but I can it's too bad I can't like sniff them out. I have keen
You-
senses, but I don't
You
think
might
it
be able
works.
to. You might be able to.
You think
It's not.
so?
It's not a guarantee. But
Okay,
I mean-
okay. And you know what? I'll scout ahead. How's about that? I'll scout ahead.
Well,
and
why don't we just ask around town first to see if there's some sort of caterer or something? Someone
I
who's
mean,
hosting an event?
sure. We could. Well, I will, as a fox, say that we can ask around to see if anybody has any, or like if there's a market, maybe they'd maybe have come across them or know where we can find some
yeah,
maybe
we have
less-
money.
less less of a conflict. You know.
There's some sort of market where they bring food that is uncut. One would say like the food that is whole. Very fancy.
A place with whole foods. Yeah, I could. Yeah.
there's definitely.
Maybe there's like a trader.
Do
you know,
the
like a
berry?
food trader. Maybe his name is Joe. I don't know. We'll see.
Wait, has any of them seen? Didn't you see Joe or Josephina? Or...
Okay. Yeah.
There is definitely a trade in fish, and people will go down to the shore, just outside, like on the edge of town, and go down and buy fish. And that's often where the other people set up selling their stuff, because people go there for the fish, and because they're already there, people will show up with their vegetables or fruit or things like that. So you just sort of go down by the docks and.
Is there an alchemist in this town?
No,
No,
I mean,
no
there's that
alchemist.
wizard.
Yeah, but we're not gonna
Right.
get anything out of him. Hmm.
You seem to know the wizard pretty well.
Well,
Or
my
no?
mentor has tried to speak to him, but he's kind of an aloof kind of guy. So I don't think we'd get much out of him. We could maybe the presence of a giant red fox would make him come out of his tower, but I
Hey,
don't.
Is he aggressive, or is he just doesn't care for, the regular man, so to speak?
So his name is Verdrick Spiderbinder, and he's my mentor, Earl the Grey, has tried a few times to have words with him, but he doesn't really engage in much social activities. I think he's more of a recluse than anything else.
Oh.
But
So
I don't.
it's not like he's going to turn us into frogs and send us packing sort of thing, right?
Most likely not. But I mean, that's more at your discretion than anything else.
As long as we don't say anything mean, looking at Espurial, we should be okay.
That's kind of the vibe you got
to hear
too,
the
Joe,
truth.
is that you think that if you insulted him, he might do something like that.
Oh, okay.
But,
Well then, I'll tell
like-
you. Just don't make any jokes about his reclusion.
We never insult anyone. Right, guys?
People just aren't prepared to handle the truth. It's not my fault.
We don't insult, we only tell the truth. Let's go to the marketplace, the trade and fish.
Let's do
That
that.
just seemed the simplest first step. I'm getting a bit hungry.
All right, you guys make your way down the side of the explosion. There's like a pathway that leads you down, and you hear the little bit of hustle and bustle. There isn't a lot of hustle and bustle in this town, but down here by the fish market there is. It's middle of the day, I guess, or sort of like late. It's late afternoon that you guys are here. So fisher people have probably returned with their catches already, and a lot of stuff have been bought up already, but there's still some people coming in with late stuff, and there's some people that are selling stuff, and everybody sort of just set up their own crate and just flipped it over and have you can go over and look through what they've got. And there are a few people that have set up other things, but a lot of the stuff that's being sold right now are like things that were like preserves and flour and grain that have been ground down earlier in the year, and not like fresh fruits.
Does the fruit have to be fresh? Like, can it be preserved fruit or dried fruit? Do you know? Asaam?
The fruit.
Arcana check.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I wouldn't know that initially. So,
Anybody who wants to make an Arcana check about potions in general can do so.
I rolled a 19.
Okay. You think that's
Didn't we make some potions at one point?
We did.
Yep. You think that you could use like dried fairy berries and jam or something like that, but how much you honestly that would be a real guess, because how much is 3 or what was I saying? I said 13 fairy berries.
Yeah.
How many fresh fairy berries is equal to a concentrated smush?
Is there a thing like in potion, like if it's too much berry, like that would also make the effect kind of be weird?
Yeah.
If it were fairy berry jam, would the sugar affect the concoction? How much would the preservative process change the constitution of the fairy berry? Would it lose its magic?
With a 19, you're fairly certain that the sugar would not, because people sometimes sweeten the flavor of potions. There are very few potions that taste terrible, because people will have found things to add in that make them taste nicer.
Interesting. Maybe we could.
But if you get too much or too little, you may not be able to. Maybe you would end up being half fox, half person. You'd be like a fox, like from here, like and then like a minotaur, but with a fox.
Centaur?
Yeah, fox.
Yeah. I don't want that. I want to be a person again. Let's see. I mean, what I could do, if all else fails, we could go up to the hills and I could scout ahead and make a perception, just run through to see a relative perception of the area and see how that works. And if I don't really make anything out, then we could try to find a harder way.
Okay, well, we can ask around first. We'll see if anyone has the berry.
Okay.
And then otherwise.
Okay.
Isbur's gonna start asking like some of the traders and the vendors there if they know anybody who would have fresh berries, or dried berries, but as long as they're just old berries on hand. Or actually really any fairy berry related thing, you might as well just expand the net. Jams, composts.
All right. Give me, I guess, a persuasion check or an investigation check.
That's definitely gonna be persuasion. 18.
18. Yeah, it's that people want to help you out. They want to be polite and nice, and they like the cut of your jib and are friendly. And you find that there is a woman that sells preserves that does have a drow woman who has fairy berry preserve. And nobody else has fresh berries, but they do say that they think that the mayor may have some on hand if you could get an appointment with him. But he's maybe has like a trade delegation that's arriving soon that he wants to impress, and maybe he's ordered some fairy berries.
I doubt
much
the
are
mayor
they?
would want to part with his fairy berries if he ordered it specifically for an event.
How much are the preserves from the drow woman?
The preserve is 5 gold pieces.
For like a drop.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's which for jam is ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
Because they have to risk their lives to go get it.
Maybe they would know.
Yeah, does the old woman have like any tips on collecting the fairy berries?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who does she buy her berries from?
Yeah.
Where did you
I
get
said it was
those
a woman.
berries
She's
from?
not an old woman. She is a sprightly young woman.
I'll say,
but-
excuse me, old lady.
Off to a
Excuse
good
me,
Her
start.
white hair.
We're off to a good start.
Very young face.
She's got white hair because she's a drow, It turns black
Yeah,
when
I've,
she's
I've
old.
I've got white hair too. Excuse me, Grandma. Where are there any tricks to collecting the fairy berries?
Oh, it's
Is it
pretty
there?
dangerous. You don't want to go up there and get hurt. You got to be careful. There's monsters out there in those hills. My cousin went out there a few months ago, didn't come back.
Where did you get these fairy berries from? Did you collect them yourself?
No, my cousin got them for me. And
assuming
I hope she's still okay.
Okay.
But if you go out and you see her, let me know.
What does she look like?
Well, she was probably about middle-aged. Her name is the Panthy, and she's got
Common name.
It's the one
It's
name
got-
that they
she's got a gold charm necklace around her. It's like it's like a gold spiderweb. I know a lot of people have silver spiderwebs, but hers is gold, so it's a little bit different. And she's got like one streak of black just coming in.
It's like the Sarah or Jennifer of my
Wait.
generation.
When did she
Can't be.
go? How long has she gone missing for?
About 2 months.
2 months? Wow. How long does she usually take to collect the berries?
Oh, 2 days.
Nobody sent out a Selch party?
Oh, no.
No,
Because-
no, you just assumed that she was. Did you
Yeah,
have a
she-
funeral for her?
Well, not yet.
The-
I mean, you would know. It's traditional Drow, as you don't have the ceremony until they've been dead for a year.
Yeah, I did
Oh.
know
They don't even
that.
She's dead.
That's got to be a deception check, Ed.
Oh, I rolled a 1 on that one.
She's being
Not-
polite and isn't calling you on it.
Well, we're going to go out there, and we are going to come back. So maybe we'll find her. We'll come back.
Well, if you do,
Save yourself on the cost of sandwiches.
may Lundari will smile upon you.
Wait, do we want to? How much jam is about 13 berries?
I mean, if you squish down the berries, the jar that East Boreal bought, you bought it, right?
Yep.
The jar that East Boreal bought is probably like 30 to 50 berries, somewhere in that region, depending on whether they're big, like plump blueberries or little tiny wild blueberries.
Okay, I see. Do we want to just chance it and then see if it works?
I mean, yeah, we can. I'm worried about this lady's cousin or whatever
Also-
she said.
If we get it wrong, then we'd have to find the other components all over again, and that just seems like a hassle.
Yeah, that's very true. Perhaps we should just go look for the berries themselves and then just eat this jam, because it looks pretty good.
Oh, it's delicious, I
Right.
promise.
Okay,
So it's
yeah.
gonna be
I guess
it's
we
win-win.
should find this woman, although she's likely already dead. It's been 2 months.
Oh,
Oh.
don't say that, please. Not ready to hear that.
But I don't see why you care.
I said it in a
didn't even send out
whisper.
any search parties.
I mean, it's pretty deadly out there. That's why we don't send the search party.
What's so deadly out there? Other
Well,
than
there's-
just generally monsters.
There's bears, and the people that protect it are pretty nasty. They have the like camouflage that make them look like trees.
It's one of those things where it's just like, a misunderstanding, and you just assume that they're going to hurt you, but they're really kind of nice.
I mean, maybe it is. Maybe
anyone ever-
maybe
anyone
they
ever
just
tried
haven't come back.
trading- Has anyone ever tried trading with the tree people? Maybe they just don't like you stealing their berries.
Yeah, they've tried.
Okay.
I mean, some of them say they actually have traded with them, but I don't know.
Oh, who said that?
Oh, there's this Tabaxi, real shady fellow, says that he's made a deal with them. I don't like him.
Wait, is he in town? Is he from here?
Yeah, he's local. I mean, he is now. He's been here for some time.
So he's in contact with them?
He says a lot of things.
Oh, okay.
You think he's like lying?
I don't trust him further than I could throw him. But sometimes, I mean, I might believe that he's done something shady, like traded with the enemy.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we can just go and try our best to see what's up. I mean, you guys seem to be down to honest. Do it that way.
I think we're pretty capable people.
Yeah.
look after ourselves.
The other alternative is to go to the mayor and see if he has any and ask if he would be willing to pay or bribe or steal them from him. And Hesperia is kind of just saying
yeah.
this out loud in the middle of the street.
What how much do you know how many like berries the mayor might have?
Or probably a lot if he's entertaining people.
You said probably a lot.
Yep. Like, couple of, maybe a bushel?
Oh. So more than
That's some sort
13.
of peasant measurement.
Okay, well, where does the mayor live?
I'll thank you kindly not to be thinking about my measurements, mister.
So Hesperia kind of like rakes an eye up and down her and then bursts out laughing.
Where does
in
the
a
mayor
very
live?
disdainful way.
Where does the mayor live, you ask? If I pull up the map of the city again, which I'll drag to the top, and let me say, Joe, I saw you erase your drawing before. You can just create a new layer, and that way we have all the nice drawings at the end.
Oh,
We can always go back and visit it.
It's okay.
Drag it to the top. It's not there yet. Where are this? Holy cats.
Oh, oops.
There. Oh. It
You're
would
down.
be.
Yeah.
Oh, now I gotta draw on it. This one right. Oh, it's not letting me draw on it. I don't know why. What am I doing wrong? I'll have to draw over it now.
You're probably no. You have to put your layer above that map layer.
Mhm.
Like your layer is.
I can draw on it. Is it
Well,
here? Is it
no.
here?
No, it's like underneath
We're
the
just
drow
kidding.
house, just south of the purple one. So you see the big purple one near town? That's the inn. So the one south of that. Yeah,
The
that's
yellow
where the
one?
mayor lives.
The
Here?
yellow house or the blue one?
Yeah, the blue one.
This one.
Oh. Where are we right now?
We're like down by the water, right?
Yeah.
We're down here?
No, on the other side.
On the other side.
Oh, because I live up here.
Oh.
Is that the same way to get to where the fairy berries are? We head towards your house?
Oh, where would those hills be? Did I click?
I mean, you'd be relatively on the way to the Fairyberry place, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, maybe we can. Let's head up there, and then if we need to take a break at your house, if it's dark. or
Oh,
something.
yes. There's plenty of space for us to chill at my place. No worries.
Wait, it's like a few days, right? It takes like 2 days to get up there.
So it takes half a day to get to Asaam's place.
And then
Yeah.
it takes another half a day to get to the Fairyberry.
Let's see, what did I say? How far away was it? I think it might be
I
a
don't think any
day.
of us know, so you could just make up a number.
I gave Joe a
It'll take
number in the
10
email,
days.
so I'm gonna
Oh, okay.
stick with what I
Oh.
told him.
Oh, for the hills?
I think I might have said.
Fishes. I don't see a time.
No, okay. Yeah, so I'll do another half day. So it's like, it would take somebody like a full day to leave town and then a full day to come back. That's why she said 2 days.
Wait, Assam, did you not try to get the berry by yourself, or like when you after you transformed yourself into a fox?
There's a whole process to this, and I
Process that
couldn't. I can't.
requires hands.
Yeah, that requires not these paws. So
Oh,
also
to take the berry?
yeah. Also, I
Oh.
can't. I can't really activate any arcane anything in this form. So
Oh,
I've
like
been
you
looking.
can't use your magic.
Not at all. No,
Okay.
I'm basically just a fox.
Oh,
Yeah.
a big fox though.
Pretty
Very
good at
big
doing
fox.
fox stuff.
Yeah, I can do fox things, but aside from that, not much.
Okay. Wait, how big are these berries? Are they the size of blueberries in
Yes,
our
which
world?
is why they can be, like there's a variety of sizes. Like they can be I guess maybe
What?
5 times different. So the whole measurement thing that you have to have 13 is a little bit wonky, anyways. Because it's like, is it 13 big ones or 13 small ones?
Wait, they come in variety of sizes, so it could be as big as an orange,
Well, not as big as an orange, as big as
strawberry.
like as big as a blueberry. Like sometimes blueberries are,
Oh, like
s-
tiny, or I see.
yeah. It's
Like
not
their
that
size variation is as much as a blueberry's size variation is.
exactly.
Yeah, who gave you this recipe? It's very imprecise. Surely they should have weighed it out in like grams or something.
Yeah.
The little kitchen electric scale.
Well,
I'm sorry, in like the weight of a goose's feather, whatever measurements you use over there.
10 snowflakes worth.
Just like,
should we just wait for your master to come back?
I kind of would rather not. If he knew I was going through his things, he'd be pretty upset. It was just so tempting.
But if you're like a half fox, half person, half druid, he would also be upset.
I'm willing to take the chances.
Okay. All right. Do we want anything else from the marketplace?
What else is there? Yeah.
Should we get some potions? Do they sell potions here?
If you wanted potions, you would buy them from somewhere up in town, which we can say you guys do. Actually, it would probably be like from like the inn probably sells them.
We should stop by the inn as well. I need to. If anybody is looking for me, they'll be looking there, and so I'd like to leave a message for anybody who is.
Okay.
All right, you guys head to the Vampire Walrus.
And we should get, if we're going to head out into the wilderness, we should also get some traversal equipment, skis or snowshoes or climbing equipment, that sort of thing.
didn't we already get snowshoes?
I think we
No.
got winter clothes. I don't
Oh,
think we got
okay.
the associated stuff.
As you walk in to this big purple building, there, Asaam, you recognize the bouncer there. It's your regular old buddy, but of course they don't recognize you. And the smells of cooking fish stew reach your nose, and there's it's middle of the day, so there's probably somebody playing like some light violin music, and it's not super busy.
Do they have any problem with a wild animal walking into the inn?
So you guys get to the door, and this bouncer that's there goes, "Hey, welcome to town. How you all doing?"
Good.
I'm very well, thank you. It's a charming little place you have here. We are looking for a meal and not a room tonight, but at some point, and I may have some messages that may come to this inn.
All right. You got a cat and a giant fox with you. That's pretty big. Pretty big dude. Is he trained?
Cat
And
and
I'll-
Foil in the corner.
I will do push-ups. But when I come up, I will jump in the air and clap twice, and then I will come back down.
This is your buddy Magwin Chumcutter, who's got he's a Duergar with like fish tattoos up and down his arms, and is well, looks pretty trained to me. All right, don't cause any trouble. I don't want to have to kick you out.
Where are we standing? We're standing outside, right?
Yeah.
His name is, what was his name again?
Magwin Chum Cutter.
I'm gonna, with my paws, I'm gonna draw an MCC in the ground and then an arrow pointing towards him.
Huh. How's your fox know my name?
Can
Oh,
read minds.
Oh, psychic fox.
Yeah, but we're still not sure if he's house trained or not. He can do a lot of cool things.
And maybe some uncool things.
Well,
Like peeing.
make sure all the uncool things are done outside of the Vampire Walrus.
listen, the fox is his own man, and he's going to do what he pleases. We can't control him.
And he looks at the fox and says, "Okay, then you listen here, bud. You cause any trouble, I'm gonna have to crack your skull."
I'm gonna give him a salute with my tail.
All right. Come on in, champs. Swell, with your high perception check, you walk in and you immediately notice in the corner, in the shadiest corner of the building, is
Strider?
a Lynx Tabaxi.
Okay.
But the rest of you see a pretty friendly-looking group of gnomes working behind the bar, and one of them is, walking out serving, one of the patrons, the day drinkers that are there. And the gnomes are busy, like, getting stuff ready for tonight, it looks like. And one of them is like, "Oh, hello, welcome. Come on in. How are you doing?"
Good. I would like to show Mog some of the drow cuisine that I sampled at the other drow town.
Okay.
I'm gonna excitedly say, like, "Come and eat the food of my people. It's really bad."
Oh. When you say that, she's like, "Okay, I'm in." She is excited by this idea.
Yeah. We'll go take a seat at a table.
All right. So the bartender, their name is Grulok Keen-Eye, and Grulok is like, "Oh, how can I help you out? You want what can I get you?"
Your finest drow food, please. Some of the pickled stuff and the weird fermented fish and
Oh, you're showing off to your friends.
yeah.
Okay. How much you looking to spend?
A few gold.
No problem. Okay, great. I'll set you up.
Great.
That's pretty responsible for them to ask.
Anybody else? Can I get anybody anything else?
What's the best thing on your menu?
Ooh, the fish stew is fantastic, but I think it goes best with some of the sourdough we have. The sourdough with melted butter on it. Ooh, so good. We make it ourselves.
Okay, I'll have one of that.
I'll take one as well, please.
And a dessert. And a...
One for me as well.
What was that, Esporial?
And one for me as well.
And anything for this little boy? And she gives a little noogie to the fox.
I'm gonna ask, Bug. I'm gonna ask Bug if he's got any fruit.
if
Any
the
fresh-
restaurant has any fruit.
Fresh fruit.
Do you guys have any fresh fruit?
I think Boxy does.
We don't really have a lot of fresh fruit here. It's not in season, unfortunately.
Do they have any vegan options?
Vegan? Yes, we do have. With the sourdough, we put some nice mushrooms, level of mushrooms on there, and then another level of sourdough on top, and we don't have to put the butter on.
Well, I'll nod my head. And
This box is vegan.
All right.
Yeah. It's a very progressive town we've got here.
Everybody
Do
in
you have any
town.
gluten-free options?
The thing about this town is like everybody just wants to make it peaceful. They're really looking to not start a fight. So it's like the town of being overly polite.
So it's the Midwest. Completely.
Or
Minnesota
Can-
hasn't.
Or Canada
Canada.
too.
Or Canada, yeah.
Is the idea of like, making sure that the French and the English, are still not at war, that they're, staying peacefully talking to each other, even if it's not always pleasant. So yeah, they go and they bring back this food and drinks and, if you're going to take it out of party gold, or do you want everybody to pay separately?
Party gold.
Do we have party gold? Or are you
Alright.
talking about the stuff from...
Boxy.
Foxy's gold?
Yeah.
Boxy has infinite gold.
He has 4,000 gold. That's a very different number from infinite.
All right. He has 5 less than that.
Can Boxy be passively collecting gold?
No.
Every time we kill a monster, it flies apart
Mining
into
for
coins.
Bitcoin. We just leave him running all night.
He starts like overheating.
Yeah,
He's sick of the
Boxy
snow.
doesn't sleep, right?
He does.
No.
Or does he? He's always awake when you wake up, but he tells you he sleeps.
Interesting.
Shady fellow, that Boxy.
Yeah, we still need to talk to him about those poison vials.
I mean, he did hide the fact that he could talk for like, and had a brain of his own for like, how long?
He
He can't talk.
he can't.
Or sorry, not talk, but was a fully sentient being on par with us.
Well, nobody talked to him.
Yeah, he didn't hide it. He just didn't know how to properly
Question for
express
you,
it.
Bug. Now that you can talk, now we know you can talk to animals. Can you, when you talk to Boxy in cat form, can he talk back?
No,
No.
because he's not really a cat.
He's
Not
a
really a
box.
box
He'd
either.
have to learn speaks with boxes. Then that's a whole it's like a 9th level spell.
Yeah, me and Boxy understand each other on a spiritual level. We don't need to use words.
They also bring out their what they're famous for. Their pancakes are also a big deal. So they have pancakes with syrup and berries and stuff. And because you guys bought lots of stuff, especially that spread of drow stuff, they bring that out. But Mog, tasting all these things, she is just like, oh yeah, this is terrible. Oh my gosh. It's got bones in it still. I didn't think there were going to be bones in this.
Yeah, I don't know if you're meant to eat them or not. Why would they leave them in?
I don't know. Calcium?
I feel like it's the kind of thing that grows on you eventually.
Or grows in you.
And it just smells really bad.
Oh, yeah.
inexplicably.
Yeah. And she goes, and breathes on you, like right in your face. And it is terrible.
It's truly awful.
I just discovered recently there's like a French delicacy, I think it is, where it's just the whole bird you eat it with the bones. And the bones are like,
yeah.
kind of supposed to cut up your mouth a little bit.
Ugh.
I hate that.
That's gross.
His burials definitely had that.
Yep. 100%. I mean, his favorite food is lark's tongue pie.
You need a lot of larks to make that pie.
Yeah.
A lot of larks that have insulted your family.
It's bounty on larks.
while you guys are here, a large Minotaur yak person comes in, and they've got like one big horn on this side, and on the other side that's like snapped off. And they come walking in. Let's see, come right over to your table after talking to the bouncer. It's like, hello, I heard that some new people entered town, and I wish to speak with you. Do you have a moment? I am looking for a gray-haired Minotaur who is a thief, and if you have come across them in your travels, as I understand you are new to the town, want to check out.
We come across a
Ring a bell to me.
Ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell to any of you.
If you want us to look for them, is that what you're saying?
Well, if you find them, you can send word back here. That'd be great. But I just want to know if you've already seen them. Maybe on your way in, say, yeah, we took a boat and we saw them taking a boat south. Or, we walked in from the north and we saw them in the hills. Like, I can't be everywhere at once.
No, we teleported here.
Oh, yeah.
You
You
are the
look like
first
gifted.
Minotaur that we've seen in some time.
Ooh. Last
right.
time we saw Minotaur was on the... What's the name of the island again?
That first one we
Sleeping Fire?
popped up on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he steal?
Some scrolls from the Blood Tree Temple.
What's the Blood Tree Temple?
It's a temple to Lundariel, the tree god.
Oh.
God of nature.
Remember the one that had all the skeletons under it?
Oh. Is he dangerous?
The Minotaur? Yeah. I mean, he's a backstabber. Keep an eye out for him.
Okay.
Okay. Just I'll write it down so we can keep an eye out for him. He's a gray Minotaur, you said?
Yeah, gray-haired Minotaur. Shady. Not super burly. Light. And like, I'm more yak-like. He's more steer-like.
Oh.
What's his name? What might he call himself and yourself?
Well, my name is Unka, the Broken Horn.
Does he have a broken horn?
Yes, he has a broken horn.
And his?
Well, the name he gave us may not be his real name, but at least one of his aliases is... Find it here. Of course I didn't put it with the same place. His name is Squarg Warhammer, which is a Warhammer. He looked like he couldn't lift a Warhammer. He's more of a blade person, so it was a strange name.
That name's ringing a bell to me, and I don't know why.
I want to
Does
do
it have the
a...
word Warhammer in it?
You want to
Squall's
do
probably
a...
like, that could be
Warhammer?
it. Looking at his own Warhammer. But
is there
no,
a
that is ringing a bell with me, Matt. Have we heard that name in our adventures before?
Give me a history check.
-1.
Wow.
5.
That's-
5. I got a 6 -1. So. Yeah, I look at my Warhammer and I'm like, I just, think audibly.
You're like, this would be a good name for... This is definitely a good name, Warhammer. I like Warhammers.
Yeah, I could call my Warhammer Warhammer.
Guess you could.
Do you say that out loud?
maybe I mumble it loud enough for you to hear.
Oh, but I'll be able to hear it for sure.
What's that,
because I'm a
Swell?
fox.
What'd you say?
Huh? Oh, I thought I knew the name, but I think maybe I'm just mishearing.
I give you one of.
Will he be here long, Unka? If
Pardon?
we do see him? If we do see him, should we let you know here or somewhere else?
Well, I'm traveling through. I've been here for a day, checking on some leads, but I don't know if any of you can do that magic messaging thing. You can always send one to me. Now that you've met me.
Can anyone do that? I
If you
can't.
can't do that, whatever.
Might be
just
able
check
to in a few days' time.
All right.
Unka, have you heard the good word of the Hungry Book?
Oh, I haven't.
His name is Thomas J. Booker, and he is the font of all knowledge. So perhaps if you prayed to him, he'd be able to tell you where this minotaur is.
The god of knowledge is Brovon.
Nope, this is a better god of knowledge.
It's literally a giant book.
Well,
Wait.
yeah, it's a big book.
Not a lot. We're not.
How much have they been drinking?
We haven't drunk anything. We did eat some of the stinky fish, though.
You drunk off the stinky fish.
Oh,
I'm just saying, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, if you consider praying to the Hungry Book, you might find the answers that you're looking for.
tell me more about this hungry book. Where did you see it?
We were on a different plane. It
was in space.
It was in space, yes, that's right. Yep. We were in space, and we met the book, and he was very
Mog elbows
large. What? I told him that we'd spread the word.
you. We also. And she leans over, and her breath is terrible as she whispers in your ear, "We're not supposed to talk about where we went, sister."
All right. Okay, we weren't in space, actually. It was in a big library.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, does it work if we pray to the book? Like, will the book tell us things?
Maybe. You gotta try it out.
It
gotta
works
have
like that
faith.
sometimes with
You gotta-
Sunda. He
Yeah,
doesn't
you
like
gotta
tell me
believe.
things, but like, give me hints and guide me.
Yeah.
So you worship Sunder, but also believe in this pantheon, non-pantheon god?
It's not that I don't believe in the book. I mean, the book is real, but I
yeah,
worship
the book's very
Sunda.
real.
Oh, it's a false god.
No, it's a real god. But I just worship this other god.
Could have more than
Brovon's
one
the only god of knowledge. Or maybe they came to you as a book.
No, his name was definitely Thomas J. Booker.
Well, he is the god of all knowledge, including secret and hidden knowledge. So sometimes it's not right for some knowledge to be out of the world, but the time has now come for him to reveal himself. Or themselves. I don't make assumptions.
Have we confused this guy thoroughly?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. That's 18. Yeah, 18.
No, he's milking you for information. You're not confusing him. He is like he wants to know about your heathen god for some reason.
Anyway.
Yeah, the Hungry Book. He's good.
He's looking for somebody who robbed a temple, so he probably has strong religious ties. Maybe this guy is a cleric.
Yeah.
And so you're telling him that.
With my passive perception, do I see any religious accoutrement?
Yeah, you see the Lundariel symbol,
Okay.
the
What
ghost
has
tree.
Lundariel done for you lately?
Swell kind of, yeah, you see Swell wince when you say that.
Got your scroll stolen. You should consider praying to a different god who's gonna give you knowledge instead of taking it away.
Lundarel's the god of nature, and everything belongs to nature. Without trees, you have no books or scrolls.
Hey,
You can
do you
have
know
knowledge.
where we can get some fairy berries from? They come from nature, and we kind of need some.
What do you need them for?
I'll look at the fox and then back up at the guy and I'll say, for reasons.
Well, we can tell. We can tell.
Can we?
Never had fairy berries. Can you believe it? Oh, I was telling them about like the most scrumptious berries with whipped cream, and I've had it in some other things. We got a jam, a jar of jam down
Jam of jam.
at the farmer's market. But it's not quite the same as the fresh berry.
I don't have any on me, but I've had them before. They're good. They grow around the temple.
Wait,
Temple in town?
No, Lundario,
Oh,
the temple where the scrolls were stolen.
wait, where is the temple?
It's probably about 5 days travel from here by foot. If you've got skis or snowshoes.
good. And hear me
Wait,
out
is it-
here. Could we have some of those fairy berries?
If you go there and speak with them, then I'm sure they would let you take some, unless you're, causing trouble.
Well,
What direction is it?
Oh, do you have a map?
Where is it on the map?
You do not. As far as I know, you don't have a map of this area.
You don't have
Do
a
I-
map.
Do I have a mental
Fuck
map
yes.
of this area?
You would probably you definitely have a map of this general area, and you probably do have some maps back in your mentor's house.
Yeah, for
But-
sure.
But you don't.
We
I
have
don't-
everything.
Well, you said that book you have is like a journal.
yeah,
right.
yeah. Yeah, I
So-
write down everything.
You tell me. Do you think that you have mapped things out? Like, is it a map just of like a grotto, or is it a map of like the whole area?
Well, all right. I'll roll. All right. Above 10, I do. Below 10, I don't. I do. I've got loose things written out just so that because I travel around, and I would have probably written down some places that I've been to just so that I have a note of where things are roughly. I mainly just like draw things that I think are interesting, plants that are interesting, like write down spells and animals that I meet and their names. I have a lot of names of animal friends that I come across.
So you can get the book and flip it open when he says that if you would like, but you don't
Okay.
have to. You don't have to share it.
I have like a very general map of like where like the outskirts of town are and like maybe some places that I've like done business for. Just
You-
written there.
You probably have like with the role you got, you've got a map of a few days travel, because a few days travel isn't a big deal for a druid, right?
Yeah, we're my tribe of people. We're sort of. I'll explain it in a bit when I'm a human, but we're used to traveling a lot.
Okay.
So
me too, actually.
So if you open it up, he's gonna look at it, and he's gonna go, okay, so you're here in Kaboom Town, and if we look over here, you can see this is the Blood Tree Temple. It's in the middle of this forest, and it's like he has to he points basically off of the map, like onto the table, so it's about here. And so you know that if you go like northeast off of the map in that direction, you'll get to a large forest where there's a large, he just says, there's a large tree in the center of it that we worship. And we've built around it and within it to make it our holy place.
Oh, so it would be around where I live, but more northeast than where I am.
Yeah,
So
by several days travel.
Yeah. Okay. Because we built where my house is. It's right off the outskirts of town, towards the northeast. Like as you're getting into the woods, so it's not. not that
And you're like a half day, and he said this is like 5 to 6 days. If you've got
Okay.
skis.
Oh boy.
I mean, it would be better than trying to steal them from the people that live in the forest and potentially getting killed, but also traveling through the woods for that long.
There's no guarantee that they would
days.
give them to us, too.
Oh.
Okay, so he points where they are, and then we carry the conversation from there, because you're responding to something in character that somebody said out of character. It says, you go there, and there's a big tree, and the people inside worship Lundario. And they're fairy berries. Quite nice, the people there.
So yeah, I say that out loud, obviously. That it might be safer to go there to get them instead of trying to steal them from the werepines.
Oh, yeah, werepines are dangerous.
But they're much closer, right?
Well, they are. That's up to you. You do you.
Oh. And then I'll whisper to his burial. Should we ask him about the artificer?
You said that are you familiar with the general area?
Yes?
Do you know, have you heard of an artificer named
Lampress living still.
something?
No. No, I've never met him. I know there's a wizard here in town, and he's not very talkative
A
fellow.
bit dead and a bit more historical, perhaps?
No. I'm more of a tracker.
Oh, okay.
Less of a knowledge about dead people stuff. Less I'm tracking the person that killed him.
Right. Well, thank you very much anyway. I thought it was worth asking.
Yeah, you seem like a person who is pretty knowledgeable about this area. But thought I'd...
You said there was a giant tree that we have to pass by?
No, the giant tree is the temple.
Oh, the giant tree. Okay. But it's not on the drawing of the map?
Right.
Okay.
It's over here.
What does the terrain look like?
Foresty.
Foresty, okay.
It's like pine
Mountain?
trees.
Pine trees? Okay. Got it. Well, maybe, I mean, if we're gonna travel that far, we might as well talk to the wizard before we go, because we still don't know where the tomb is, and it could be taking us closer.
Well, that was my thought. If we travel out there instead of going up to the other place, maybe we're passing by where this tomb, the artificer, is located.
Yeah.
Mog says they told us what peak he's on. As long as
did
we
they?
know. Yeah.
Oh. Well, it's like, I don't remember that.
Wait, where did they say it was?
Yeah, Swell literally doesn't remember.
I
He's
gave
already
this
forgotten.
to you. I told you it was high in the mountain forest of Dark Needle.
Is
That was
when,
something that I told you at the beginning of the next session because I hadn't written it down. Because you guys were going in so many different directions. I had so many different paths open. I didn't know which one to write more on.
Okay. So where, I guess we can ask the centaur if where the Dark Mountain.
Asaam knows where it is. Knows which one is Dark Needle.
Oh,
Notes.
And it is like I'm just saying. You know, it is
Whether
somewhere
you want
that's
to tell us or not is up to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I could tell. I don't. Is it written in the thing that you sent me?
it is not written in the thing because you didn't know that people were asking about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I would tell them if they asked.
Okay. They start talking about it, and yeah, it's sort of around here.
Oh, that's close.
oh, wait, this green thing?
Yeah, I mean, if we're saying that this is 5 to 6 days away, then this
Oh, wait.
is like 3 days away.
Oh wait,
Uh,
didn't he point off the book? So
Yeah.
really, it's off the book. It's over here.
Yeah, off.
Yeah.
So it's not as yours is on the book, but on the very edge of the book.
The tomb that we have to go to.
Yeah, I mean, this map isn't to scale that you've got there.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I mean, if somebody walked across that much, like, thinking of how big across Kaboom Town is, that would probably only take you a day to walk across this map. But it's really going to take you, like, 5 or 6 to walk across or, like, at least 4 to walk across the whole map in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Seems like a pretty big journey when I could just possibly at least just where is it located? Where the hills are over here, right? Wait. The hills are over here.
Where you live?
No, I live right, if this is the explosion, I live like here. So where would the hills where the fairy bears are guarded, they're like over here or like over here?
Yeah, somewhere, like, a little bit more north of there. But yeah.
Okay. We still have to go in that direction anyway.
So we'd pass through the Wild Pines area to get there. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if we're going here, right? If we're going all the way over here,
But-
then, right?
Which you
Am I
don't
right?
have to.
Right. But the berries are here.
Oh,
They're in both places. And there might be some in town still. So it depends on whether you guys want to try and do a heist of fairy berries from the mayor's house, or whether you would prefer to do an exploration of the wilderness, or what you guys want to do. What sort of game
Steal
plan?
from the mayor.
So our
Heist,
options
heist.
are to either try to steal them from the werepines, try to take them from the mayor, try to travel all this way to get it from an artificer. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Right.
Or just try it with the jam and hope you get it right.
Try with the jam.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I mean, if we ask the mayor, we need what, 13 berries? 15
Yeah.
if you include a couple. He has an entire bushel of them. Which is
How much?
I wonder-
Yeah.
berries.
I wonder if has my mentor ever done any work for him?
Yeah, probably.
Interesting.
Yeah, the mayor should be more than happy to help us.
I think so, but
It's the mayor.
we
If he's
remember
not
what
happy,
we ran into those
adults.
people in that port town before we left the island, and they were kind of they weren't good people.
But this town is like everyone is so nice.
That's
So maybe
that is
they
Just
true.
because they act nice doesn't mean that they actually are.
You said that everybody there wanted something from you because you were gifted, says Mog.
Yeah, exactly. These people do seem a lot nicer.
Let's
But
go
once they
talk to the
find
mayor.
out we're gifted, the mayor may suddenly have a job for us.
Yeah, it seems to be par for the course with this.
Well, we can just see if the job is easier than the other going to the were tree people. You know, maybe the job would be really easy. And then
I mean, we could just okay. We're in town right now, right?
Mhm.
We're still in town, so we could just go to the mayor and see if maybe he would part with some of them. 13 of them. If he says no, then
we steal it from him.
Then we said,
we steal it from him.
All right, let's do it. That sounds
Okay.
What
I
if?
feel
Okay, I have an idea. Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
What if we just get invited to this shindig, and while we're there, we just pocket some from the table? So it's not stealing because they're there for us
That's
to
actually
eat
a good
anyway.
idea. You know, like East Burial, you've got trade connections. It's a trade summit, right? You just like
I did
choose
already
your
say
way
that I was
in.
in here. looking
When is
for,
the summit?
trade
When
partners.
is it? Is it coming up soon?
Also,
Suppose
I
we
don't.
can talk to the mayor to find it.
We could also, if we could try. Where's the wizard located? He's located,
The
like.
Purple Tower.
Oh, the purple tile's like over here. Wait.
Purple Tower is no, it's like right here in Kaboom Town.
Oh, okay. So it's here.
Yeah.
He might, but then again, I don't know. It's up to you guys. So, I mean, you're the ones that are probably gonna have to do most of the sleuthing.
Let's just talk to the
You
mayor.
prefer-
Sounds
Okay.
Once we have the ingredients, would you prefer to do the ritual or potion making out in the wilderness or out in town?
Probably go
Beds.
to my home. Because I think everything I need to use is set up there, but I can't
Well-
use it.
You need to once the potion is prepared, you need to put it into a hot spring though, which you'll have to find somewhere outside. Which there's probably one near your house.
Oh, there's a spring in my house.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a little waterfall spring in my house that I can warm up. It's fine. Does it have to be a natural like hot spring, or could just be a spring that I warm up that's hot?
I mean, you're gonna have to figure that out. What do you think? How true is the book?
Oh boy. Oh.
you wrote these, right?
These druids like to be pretty exact when it comes to these things. So I probably have to find a hot spring, but I would know where a hot spring is.
Yeah, there's
Mostly.
one near your house. Pretty close.
Okay, so we'll just
Okay.
Did you write the other steps? I just see
I think I said it has to be put into a hot spring and then dried in holy snow. Or not, or cooled down in holy snow.
What, like
holy
blessed snow?
Less snow, yeah.
Oh, I can bless snow. Just like blessing water.
It's literally blessing what?
No, because
Okay.
it's snow. It's different, Espirial. They're like two different things.
No, it's exactly the same.
One is cold and
Next,
one
you're
is
gonna
liquid.
say
It's
it's
fine.
like blessing gas. Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
if you can
blessing
bless
cloud.
gas.
Okay.
Could you?
So
I think you could.
let's see.
Oh, that'd be a fun way to defeat a vampire.
You really would, wouldn't it?
Holy mist.
I'm pretty sure I
let's
can
try to-
bless
Yeah.
water, right? Like that's something I can do as a cleric.
Sure.
I mean,
I think ceremony is like a second level spell.
Access to second level spells.
it
I'll
can
look it
bless
up.
anything. Do you have bless? Do you have
I do.
bless as a spell?
Yeah, but that's
do.
more like you cast that on people. Free creatures.
Huh.
I'm going to say you're able to do it. That's something that's a priest would be able to do.
To give it advantage to snow. I mean,
Oh, I can perform the religious ceremonies of my deity. So yes, I can perform.
okay,
I
cool.
mean, it's going to be blessed by a tempest god. That's like okay, but hey, it'll be blessed. So
So, Swell, can you give me a perception check since you're the most perceptive person?
sure. That passive is 18, but my perception roll only a 7.
Okay,
Wait,
with an 18, do you want to make one as well? Joe, what are you thinking?
I have advantage on
Oh.
perception checks as well.
But that's to use scent, right?
Oh, no, you're right. Hearing and smell, but
Okay, I guess maybe it could involve hearing. You can try one as well.
hey.
Is
Oh
this-
boy. Oh,
Has Umka been hanging around the table the whole time?
Because, yeah, Unka hasn't left.
Okay.
Oh, get out of here. 21.
Okay.
Nice.
You notice that the Shady Lynx is listening in on your conversation. Both of you guys pick up on that.
Who? The guy.
The
Oh,
sh-
the guy
the-
we were just talking to.
No,
there's a tabaxi person
Oh.
who is the shadiest person, is the one who said maybe they would be involved in, trading with the Werepine people and is a shady underworld person and you can't really trust him. And you thought maybe we would talk to them about stealing the Skyladrite fragments. That guy is listening in on your guys' conversation of, yeah, and then maybe we could rob the mayor. So,
Who said
Swell, what was
that?
your check?
Who said that? We can
I
rob
think,
them.
I don't know, it was Bug or somebody was like, and if he doesn't sell us the things, we can just steal them.
My
He heard us saying that.
check was a 7.
Okay. I'm not
Oh.
gonna get.
My check was a 21.
So, with the 21, you hear it, you notice it, you smell them moving around a little bit. If Swell had gotten a good roll, there would be something else that Swell could have noticed, but hasn't noticed.
Okay.
But just because of Swell's past knowledge about things.
I have a pretty high passive perception thanks to a feat, but I'm a little bit hazy on how the mechanics between passive perception and active perception works.
I mean, that's why I let you know that he is doing this, but like there might be something like on the bottom of his shoe is, a piece of gum.
Right.
And that would be like more of an active perception. Like if you told me you were looking in his direction and you wanted to keep an eye on him, then over a long period of time, maybe you would notice that with an 18. But if you're not paying attention to him out of the corner of your eye, you're not going to notice the piece of gum, or you're not going to notice the one thing he did for like 1 second. Like maybe he dropped a note under the table for you or something, right? Like that was something that you didn't notice with your 7.
Well, I'm gonna lean in close to the table and whisper to everyone. That creepy guy in the corner is listening.
Ooh, I turn around.
Everyone just has
Right
to
in the
look
eye.
at it.
He winks at you, Bug.
Isabel's gonna stand up and go over to sit with him.
All right, you can give me a perception check now.
That is a 16.
All right, so you walk over and he motions for you to sit down. And he
Seems
says,
very interested in our conversation, stranger.
"Oh, yeah, we're having an interesting conversation. What can I say?"
Finding some snacks for ourselves?
Yep. It's
And
not
what
often we get
quiet and-
strangers into town. People are just interested in that kind of thing.
You have an
you're-
entire town full of strangers. Oh, entire inn full of strangers here.
Most of these people are local. I know them. I don't know that.
He looks over. Oh, sorry, go on.
I don't know that Yak person real well, but your perception check allows you to notice that he has the symbol of the key hanging around his neck, which is the criminal organization that you got in trouble with when you were back in Bug's hometown.
Isabel nods at it and says, it's not a very effective organization if you leave symbols of who you belong to everywhere.
So, what brings you to town?
Why are you so interested in our business?
Oh, you're new.
Please, I know I'm attractive, but there's not that much interesting in us trying to find a good meal and a place to sleep.
No, that's okay. I'm not a fleshy.
A fleshy. Okay. Okay.
If you know so much about the area, though, perhaps you could help us with our fairy berry interest.
No, sounds like you got it well in hand.
Well, then I don't see how there's any reason for you to be hanging around us anymore.
I didn't come over to your table, honey.
But you are listening into us.
Yeah, you guys speak loud. If you want to have private business, don't come into the middle of the tavern.
If we see you following us after this,
You won't see
Well.
me.
Do I get the impression that this guy? Can I do an insight check on him to see how I feel about what his intentions are? Whether or not I can scope on whether he's trying to be malicious or he has like cruel intent.
But
Sure.
also, are you familiar with this guy? Because you're from this area, right?
Yeah. Do I know this? Do I know this guy?
You know of this guy. You've never dealt with him because you don't really deal with shady people, but you know he exists. That like if somebody wants something dodgy, they go to this guy, and you know his name, but that's about it.
So insight is perception, right?
No,
I think it's a wisdom check still, but it's
Yeah.
a different skill to.
Oh,
Insight.
well, it's a 20.
okay.
Dirty 20.
So this guy's name is Slow Running Waterfall, and you think that he is probably trying to make East Boreal uncomfortable.
Just make him uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Him specifically?
Yeah, because he came over to Slow Running Waterfall's table and is like made the motion for be welcome, and then is currently trying to make them feel unwelcome, and through their actions and his general vibe, like, please leave my table. I don't want you to like me. I don't want you to think highly of me. I want you to maybe be afraid or uncomfortable around me. I mean, he called.
funnily, that's
called
exactly what
him.
Squirrel is trying to do to him.
Yeah. And he called a guy honey, and like is like trying to pick uncomfortable words, try and set something off.
Uh-huh.
Can I actually do an insight to see if this guy is aware of us specifically?
I don't know
Like,
how.
did he recognize us? Or is he?
I think that would be a thing where, like, if you noticed him walking in, like when you walked in, like if the first time he saw you, but because he's been around for a while, I don't know how you would, like, what sort of body language would you look for him recognizing you once, like you walking over?
Probably. Well, I think it would be partly the greater interest in us versus the Minotaur guy, since the other guy is also a stranger and actually bigger than most of us. And also, no, Mal goes with us. Yeah, I think the two most recognizable from that period were Zip and me. So I was looking to see if he is paying particular attention to either of the two of us.
All right, give me an insight check then.
Oh, something.
12.
12. It's hard to tell. He's listening to your table, so you don't know whether he was listening to Unka or you guys. Unka's been at your table since he came in, so you can't tell if he's paying any more attention. And it's hard. As soon as you are aware of him spying on you, you came right over his table. So there's no, like, is he looking at me more? Yes, he's looking at you more because you came over to his table.
Right.
So with that, that's how I'm explaining that low roll, is that you don't get an extra vibe off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a follow-up question. Any of us hearing what's being said at the table? Close enough, or is it?
I mean, for sure, you and Asaam the Fox. Anybody else who wants to be listening in is like, I want to pay close attention. Probably hears the conversation.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
definitely would
curious
hear it.
about that. That I'm not a fleshy comment.
Oh, he's just saying.
I mean,
context to me.
it just means that because he's an animal, which would be a furry, he's not a fleshy,
Oh.
and that he, yeah.
I guess it makes more sense than a skitty.
Yeah, as I was thinking skinny, I'm like, a skinny, it has a different meaning.
Spoiler, actually, I want to lean forward and said, well, I should think you are at least capable of doing some simple math. There's one of you, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us.
Yep.
I'm gonna put on my meanest face.
So odd.
I'm gonna
Can I
growl.
do an intimidation?
Yeah, can I aid her with a
I
growl?
haven't done one yet.
Can I growl?
Nice. Yes.
All right, let's do an intimidation check, and you can do it with advantage because you have mean mugging swell and growling fox.
A 5 foot, sitting down 5 foot tall fox growling behind you.
Hey, that is a 22.
Damn.
All right. He looks a little bit uncomfortable.
A little.
I made a roll for him to see how well he can maintain his
okay.
poker face, and I got pretty high roll.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Spoil just pats the table a little bit and says, "Lovely chatting with you. If we see you again, I'm sure the conversation will be quite as pleasant." And he goes back to the table.
Yeah, I'll go back and I'll do a little, like, instead of a hair flip, it's like I flip my tail really, like, aggressively with, like, batting my eyes as I turn.
All right. What now? You got your food is done. Your drinks are done. You're free to. You've settled up. You don't have to stay in the tavern any longer if you don't want to, but you're welcome to stay longer. And East Boreal, you have left a message, and nobody's left a message with you. Whatever you wanted to leave behind.
Okay. Yeah. I'm basically just gonna ask the innkeeper to hold any messages that might come in for me, that sort of thing. And that will be. If we don't stay here tonight, we'll be back at some point.
Where are we going to stay tonight?
You want to stay at my house? I mean,
Is this already? Is it already?
but it's a white. It is a way away, right? It's like a half a day. I guess that one makes sense.
And weren't we going to ask the mayor? So we should. It
Right.
makes more sense to do that before we go to your place.
Yeah,
It's
let's
already evening, right? It's already.
introduce ourselves to the mayor, maybe.
All right. You guys want to walk over to the mayor's house now?
Yeah.
All right. Your walk over to the mayor's house. It is a large crystalline object house that's made as if it's like a stained glass egg type thing, but made out of just sort of bluey white icy colors. There is a symbol outside of it that has the symbol of the tririme, which I believe I think it's 3 snowflakes. I have to check my notes in a second. And there's a little logo of Kaboom Town, you assume, which has sort of like that explosion pattern as the symbol for the city. And you're at the door. And just before you get to the door, Zip, you get a message in your head. And it's from your old buddy who is traveling with you and now has a robot body. Your old hand companion, Sutran. You hear her voice saying, "Entering tomb of Philandrix the Angry with pals. If I don't message you in 2 days, maybe come help? Southwest Dragonside."
Dragonside, that's so far.
Dragonside. Where's Dragonside?
It is like in the. If you were, when you were in the desert, and then you went to the mountains. If you kept going east from the mountains, there's a whole bunch of jungle and forest and mountain area that's called Dragonside because that's where all the dragons live and fight with each other.
Okay.
Go the opposite end of the world, I guess.
What did you say? 2 days?
Yeah.
If I don't hear from her in 2 days?
Yeah.
To book it to the other side of the world to rescue her? I'm going to respond and I'm going to say, nice to hear from you. We're a long way away from there. Might not be able to make it in 2 days.
Okay. She's been messaging you guys almost every day.
Okay.
Somebody just telling you guys what she's up to. I don't know if you remember, because it's been a while since you got a message from her, but...
So she knows where we are.
No, you don't always know where someone is when you send the message. It just finds them wherever they are.
Like, or I assume, we told her, or we haven't?
No. Zip did not respond with where she was. She just said not close to there.
Oh, I guess we bid farewell to Unka Broken Horn before we left as well. Be polite.
Unka wishes you luck on your journey. May Lundario watch over you.
And may Mr. Booker look over you.
I'll definitely
May
have to
and
look
may
up
Sunda guide
Mr.
you.
Booker.
Give him a little, one of these. That's it.
Are you going to take a level in Cleric now? Is that...
May the book be with you. I'll say.
May your book always be open.
Yeah, I mean, you have your option if you want to become a warlock or cleric of this god.
Paladin.
Or paladin. I will certainly allow that.
That could be cool.
Paladin. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how he feels about my proselytizing. I've only really told one person so far.
Also, imagine an unlikelier paladin of a knowledge. Well, I guess. Or wait, no, you're not Brovon. You're Cinder. Never mind.
Me? Oh, I mean, here's the thing. Swell's pretty wise. He's just not very smart. He's got them book smarts, but he's not got the street smarts.
Is it the other way around?
Yeah, I think
know.
it's the other way around. You're street
That's not-
smart, but you're not book smart.
No, I've got +3 wisdom and -1 intelligence. That's
Yeah,
So
Right.
that's
Wisdom's
what
supposed to be like common sense, right?
yeah.
that's usually the way that it's done, but I think Swell has made it more like he's able to pick up on people's emotions and vibes and stuff,
yeah.
but he doesn't always know
He's
what
all
they
about
mean.
vibes. He's 100% about vibes. He's a himbo for sure. He's like a surfer boy priest himbo.
But reasoning out why somebody's feeling a certain way sometimes can lead you down the wrong path, and I think that's where you're role playing the low intelligence,
Yeah.
where you're like, would I figure out that this person why they're upset with me? Like you do checks like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, you're in front of the mayor's house, and there's a large door, and you may feel free to knock on it. And who wants to do the knock?
Swell does.
I've got a strong knock.
All right, you both reach your hand up at the same time to do the knock.
We just stop like midway up, just like look at each other, like. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Single knock. Just.
One single knock.
All right, you hear some sounds of movement from the other side, and then a gnome answers the door, and he's an older gnome, gray hair. He says, "Oh, hello. How can I help you?"
So yes, we are a trade delegation here for the
The Basilic Kingdom for the House of Elduin. I was interested in setting up some perhaps contacts here for my family and my house, and so was told that the mayor would be the person to speak with.
Oh, well, please come into the foyer, and I will see if he is available. And he ushers you into a very sterile, cold, icy, inoffensive, plain room with paintings of Kaboom Town that are very representational. And he closes the door to the outside and closes the door behind him as he goes further into the house to look for the mayor. And there are some chairs to sit in, but otherwise is a fairly uninteresting foyer. If you don't do anything, he comes back a few minutes later, and he says, "Oh, yes. He's happy to see you. Follow me." And he leads you down some stairs into the rocky ice below the city, like they've dug out into the explosion, and takes you to a room that's like a dome, and inside of it is like a round table with lots of chairs around it, made for all sorts of different cultures. Like there's a Drow made chair and a Duergar made chair and Snaverflibin made chair, but also, ones from the Vasilic Kingdom and other places around the world. And standing across from you is a handsome-looking drow, of course, with luscious lips as they all have. And he's like, "Well, howdy. It's nice to see y'all folk come around here. What can I do for yous?"
Well, we had said this. What does this place export again? Out of character. I know you told us when we first came in.
Yeah, this is mainly like a place where I guess fish might be one of the main things, but it's sort of like a I don't know.
Didn't they do like the spider silk or something?
Sorry, what was that?
Didn't they do the spider silk or something?
Not specifically here.
I do remember you saying something about spider silk as well.
Yeah, I mean, Drow in general would do that. But this town specifically, they're more of they're known for being like a peaceful place for all three races to come together in the Tririme. It's sort of like a place of negotiation. And it's rather than necessarily negotiating for what's in Kaboom Town, this would be our doorway to everybody in the Tririme. It'd be like, I'd like to meet the movers and shakers in the other towns so I can go and get their goods.
So is it kind of centrally located in the Tririme?
Yeah.
Okay. So Isbruilo is going to say, and we had interest in perhaps expanding our ships and our trade up into our various areas, and heard that this was a good place to begin such negotiations and to speak with other traders who might come here. And so I have come here mostly on vacation, but, I'm always looking out for the interests of my house. And thought I might speak with you and see if there was any tips or advice you could offer.
Well, there's Sparkles. Have a seat. Why don't we sit down and see what we can figure out? Everybody, have a chair. It's an unusual delegation you have with you. You're all from the Vasilic Kingdom?
Oh no. Goodness, I'd be embarrassed to have some of it.
Sorry, what was that?
I would be embarrassed to have some of them from my hometown.
Oh, well, who are y'all then? What's this strange contingent you're traveling with? I'm sorry, it's usually I don't have a bunch of teenagers showing up and telling me they're trade delegates.
Well, my name is Isbilia, the House of Druid, as mentioned, and this is Zipante, but we just call it Zip because apparently that's a very common name of blah blah blah. And her sister, I don't know why I just thought Moxie.
Just Mog.
Mog.
She's Mog.
And so I do the introductions for everyone, except for the Lox, because apparently he doesn't want people to know it's him.
And so, why are you all together? What do you do here?
Oh, well, we're just traveling around, seeing the sights. It's a little bit of a spring break sort of thing.
Well, what you might call a posse.
But, as I said, it's a always catches my interest. I keep an eye out for the well-being of my family, and this seems like an interesting place to meet other people, from what I have heard, of similar business interests. I've already spoken a bit with some of the other vendors in town.
Make a deception check.
Okay, I was gonna say it's not all.
Yeah, it's
but
not really.
some
It's
of it
not all
definitely
lies.
is. 23.
All right, I guess you're all on some sort of gap year. I guess I don't know. All right.
We're all classmates. Like, I'm just a genius. From
Technically true in a way.
I like to travel around anyway, so.
All right. Well, yeah, I can try and set you up with some meetings. What sort of business are you looking to get into?
Well, we deal mainly with fine ceramics and porcelain, but I've been expanding into fabrics and jewels a little. So many of those might be good. And I don't know if we necessarily need to play out like the specific nitty gritty of that stuff, but he's just going to eventually work his way around to. And I had heard rumors that there was some consideration of a ball or an embassy of some sort that was going to be considered here. And I thought, oh, well, that's wonderful timing for us to come in and for such a thing to happen. It's truth to those rumors.
An embassy here, huh?
Or an ambassadorial ball, or I do so love parties.
I mean, yeah, we're having some trade ambassadors come in, and you're looking to jump in on that. The problem is it's been people have really tried hard to get invited to this thing, and if I invite you at the last minute, I'm not sure that's going to work out so well for everybody else. I think they're going to feel like maybe you jumped the queue.
Mm. Oh well, that is certainly unfortunate. However, I should let you know that I'm also an excellent performer. If you do not have entertainment lined up for the evening, and Zip here and Mog here are very strong. They could be some sort of dude. What's this? Stevedores helping with the setup, and so it's good for something, I'm sure.
I'm gonna give Mog a little look as if like, let's do this, and I'm gonna jump up onto her shoulders like a circus troupe. Perhaps we've practiced this before, perhaps not. Let's see how the roll goes.
All right. I guess that's athletics or acrobatics, I'd say. Your choice.
16.
All right. Do you want to roll for Mog or should I roll for Mog?
You can roll for Mog.
4.
She wasn't ready.
Yeah, so even with her bonuses, it's not particularly good. So you do a wonderful jump in the air, and she's like, whoa! And you sort of fall down onto the table and, chip one of your teeth.
Well, we'll practice that more before the day.
All right. That's pretty good there, Cirque du Soleil. You,
I like to
muscle
think that
folk.
Zip's just smiling with like half a front tooth missing.
Blood like starting to seep around the edges.
well, I don't know if I can have you guys in town, but for this thing, but I'll see if I can set up some meetings for you. Where are you all staying?
We might be in and out of town, but we'll be staying at the Vampire Walrus.
All right.
And this isn't really related, but I was speaking about some wonderful desserts I've had, telling them about it, and most of them have never had fairy berries. We found a wonderful jar of it down at the farmer's market, but it's just the same as a fresh set. Would you happen to know where to get some?
Make me a persuasion check.
17.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sparkles. I do got some fairy berries that I might be willing to part with.
Oh, really? Wonderful.
Yeah, but they're awful hard to come by, so I'm not sure I could, just give them out of the goodness of my heart for.
Oh, well, I'm happy to recompense you for whatever trouble you went to gather them.
How much you looking for? How many?
Oh, let's see. There's some 6 and
Like a pint?
like at least a good.
Half pint?
Does that sound about right? Pint? Maybe
So, like, if you're.
pints like what? This much.
I think.
Can,
A pint
can
of
I do some quick
blueberries would
volume
be-
calculations?
Pint of blueberries would be like, because that's what the kind of like we're looking at, similar in terms of size and shape, right?
Yeah.
That's like, that would be more than 13, way more than 13.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, a pint would be wonderful. I think that should be fine. Some fresh cream.
I couldn't let that go for these fresh ones for less than 100 gold.
Oh my. They are that. Look at yes. But... And he looks at the others. Raises a brow.
I mean, if you say
And if he
that
doesn't
like
see anyone like
that worth like trying, then I'm up for it.
if he doesn't see anyone like shaking their head or anything, then he says, "Sounds fine to me." And he's going to wave a hand at Boxy again.
Wow, now that is interesting. A cat that can take its back off and makes gold come out. That is an unusual. Now that's a party trick. The chip and the tooth thing, I've seen that done before. But, Fuzzbox over here, that's something special.
I don't recommend trying to open him yourself. He gets very testy.
No, I wasn't about to. Trust me, it looks a little sticky. And he claps, and in comes his gnome butler, who is like, "Yes, sir. How may I help you? Get the money counter and get a pint of fairy berries, and looks like they're buying some of our stock." Okay, and he just takes off.
Can I
he's
try
got
to get a read on this guy? Like,
Sure.
I don't know if he's like on the level. Rolled 16 insight on him. I'm just trying to gauge whether he's like, is he trying to be like businessman, or is he like, was he looking for a bribe or something like that to get in to the meeting?
He was probably not necessarily looking for a bribe, but would be willing to listen if you guys had a legitimate suggestion of way of like appeasing people.
Okay.
But he wasn't going to do the work for you. He was like, "Look, I can't help you out." He's not going to go the extra mile to make sure that a bunch of strangers get what they want, but is accommodating when you're like, "Well, can I have this?" "You going to pay for it?" "Sure, why not? Whatever."
Okay. But he's not striking me some kind of like mob boss either.
No, he seems like a fairly straight shooter, but also kind of a jerk. Like, it's got a bit of a hard edge to him.
Okay.
You think he would find a polite way of saying impolite things to people?
Well, it's like we're soul brothers. I guess I don't do it politely then.
So what do you call your all group here? You got a name for yourselves?
Spurliel and the...
Well, we guess we
Titan-
can't call
Titan
ourselves that
Slayers.
anymore. Well, we can't because we don't do that anymore.
Oh, that's so, but they did.
Yeah. Also,
this
it's just Teen Titan Slayers.
All right. So you guys are like all gifted or something then?
Indeed, that is the case.
Well, try and keep your trouble out of my town, if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't know how long we'll be here, so it would be a shame for anything And he's not saying this in like, it would be a shame if anything happened. He's trying to be polite about it and reassure that nothing's going to happen.
Make a persuasion check because it came out weird.
Nice town you got here. It'd be a shame if anything happened to it.
17.
17. Okay, I hear what you're saying, but it'd be preferable
Really?
if you could find a way to get out of town as quickly as possible with your fairy berries.
Well, we haven't even done anything.
I know, and I don't want anything to happen here. Trouble seems to follow your kind around. And I know sometimes you've done good things for good people, but I'm not kicking you out of town. I'm just politely asking for you to
Feels like
find another place to go.
Be sure to call us the next time a monster comes stomping through. And just basically make some talk until they get the berries and can go on their way.
All right, he brings in the coin counter and puts it into the machine like the other guy had and counts out the 100 gold. And you have a pint of fairy berries. And next week you'll be able to use them alongside some other stuff to see if you can successfully make a potion. Or perhaps you'll find some trouble when you go back to the inn. Or who knows what will happen next week in Magical Marker. Thanks everyone for joining us. I enjoyed everybody's drawings tonight. That drawing of everybody at the market, that was fantastic. You guys everybody knocked it out of the park there.
I don't know who did the fruit stands and like the boxes of fruit, but that was like a really great hook to hang it all together.
I feel like that was Boya or Joe.
Yeah. I drew this.
Yeah, he drew most of them.
But yeah, it was fun to draw clutter. I love drawing clutter.
Yeah, we got that Mystic Maze puzzle you did. It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Got a
Oh,
lot
did
of
I?
little things
Did I?
in it.
Did I delete that? No, I didn't. Oh, I did.
You deleted it? Oh no.
Did I accidentally delete that layer?
Which layer?
What?
I must have. The drawing of like the woman. Yeah, must be deleted. No way. Because I only have 2. Wow. What? What happened to that layer?
The one where the marketplace one? Where
Yeah.
you drew the fox and the other one prison?
No. What? So when you were drawing your market layer,
Yeah.
I drew me next to you, and then a woman in the back carrying another
Yeah.
crate looking at us, and then I also drew us eating on that same layer, and I can't find it. Yeah.
Maybe you deleted it, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Could have accidentally given up ownership of it too, so it might still be in there somewhere.
Yeah, sorry. I'm kicking people off layers trying to find it.
Yeah. Oh no, it's right there. Yeah, I just don't have access to it.
What layer number?
13.
No. Wait.
No, that's
Oh no, that's
like-
Boya's.
that's Boya's.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
okay. We'll figure it out
it's
after.
gone.
This
Yeah,
is the
sure.
artist's lament, trying to figure out what layer to work on and constantly saving. It's like doing an adventure game on the computer where you have to save your game all the time.
Yeah.
Except for we don't have a way to save this, really.
Well, I mean it's recorded, right?
Yeah.
So
Take a screenshot.
Just go back to that point. And
you still have. I mean, you still have that, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why it.
It's okay.
Live on forever in our hearts.
Yeah,
It's okay.
we'll always remember it.
Cool.
All right. Well, good night, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.